I'm your host, Emily Blue, here to bring you the latest stories as well as weather updates and all things Southern Miss sports. And we do have a special guest today. Joining me will be Allison Neville, so be sure to stick around and hear what she has to say. The segment is very packed today, so let's jump right in. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Recognition for your business or product. Appreciation from a dedicated audience. And establishing yourself as a caring member of the Hattiesburg community are only a few of the benefits of sponsoring programming on WUSM. In addition, our very cost-effective underwriting rates are tax deductible. To learn more about the upsides of underwriting programming on WUSM, call 601-266-4287.
Welcome back, everyone, and happy Tuesday. And USM Campus News. The School of Health Professions at the University of Southern Mississippi will host its annual Public Health Symposium on Wednesday, April 3rd, with presentations targeted to students, faculty, staff, public health practitioners, and the Hattiesburg community at large. The symposium will feature 3 concurrent sessions and will be held from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at the Thad Cochran Center on the USM Hattiesburg campus. The event is free and open to the general public. The Center for STEM Education at the University of Southern Mississippi hopes to enlighten K-12 students about the wonders of next week's rare solar eclipse by providing kits to 120 schools across the country. While most of the kits were shipped to Mississippi schools, others were sent as far away as Texas, Washington, and Pennsylvania. The viewing kits include a set of solar eclipse glasses, a video of USM scientists explaining the eclipse, and hands-on activities to demonstrate solar eclipses. Leading broadcasters from across the state gathered to meet with and mentor students during the Mississippi Association of Broadcasters Day, which is a highly anticipated professional development event for the students in the University of Southern Mississippi's School of Media and Communication. Students get the opportunity to engage in one-on-one interviews and portfolio reviews with media professionals in digital journalism, broadcasting, production, and advertising fields. Additionally, they had lunch with faculty and engaged in a panel focusing on the future of media. In Hattiesburg news, in the neighboring city of Laurel, fire hydrant testing and maintenance programs began yesterday. The 6-week cycle, which will be staged weekdays from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., is expected to run through May 17th. The tests are necessary to make sure each fire hydrant has enough water pressure to fight fires. The testing will also tell Laurel Fire Department exactly how many gallons a minute the fire hydrants can produce. During the process, residents may notice discoloration in the water or a changing in water pressure. Both are normal side effects from the testing and the maintenance. LFD says letting water for a run about 30 seconds should help the water to clear. Laurel Fire Department also asked drivers to be alert as some roads may have firefighters directing traffic. In Mississippi news, it's another week and another storm system is predicted to move through Mississippi. Today, there's isolated chances of severe weather, including hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes for most of the state. The threat is considered marginal, with isolated severe storms possible and damaging winds from roughly Philadelphia to Clarksdale and northeast. The risk increases to slight with damaging wind gusts and tornadoes possible in the extreme northeastern corner of the state. The threat level is enhanced with winds up to 70 miles per hour likely and possible tornadoes. Lastly, in other news, the winners of the Australian Grand Prix was Carlos Sainz Jr. and Charles Leclerc of Ferrari. Don't worry, y'all, Max Verstappen will get his chance to shine again with the Japanese Grand Prix this Sunday. The NASCAR Cookout 400 is also this Sunday. Please be respectful on the roads and leave racing to the professionals. Sigma Alpha Epsilon's Patty Murphy Week is this week. Check out their social media for information for the activities planned as well as how to donate to their philanthropy. There will be a blood drive and crawfish boil later this week. Next week is Sigma Chi's Philanthropy Week. Check out their social medias for information over the events and how to donate. This Friday is Alpha Chi Omega's Red Carnation Gala. Tickets are $15. Contact a member for information or to buy a ticket. That's it for the news segment on Southern Miss Today. Next, we will have the latest in Golden Eagle sports and the weather. We will be back after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, everyone. Diving into the Eagle sports segment, the Southern Miss baseball team begins a stretch today at Southeastern Louisiana, in which they play the first of 4 straight road games and 8 of the next 9 away games, from Pete Taylor Park or Hill Denson Field. Game time is set for 6 p.m. at Pat Kenley Diamond at Alumni Field. Head coach Jenny Hazelwood in Southern Miss Volleyball announced the addition of Hot Springs, Arkansas middle blocker Ashley Judd to the program's roster Monday afternoon. Judd helped lead Lakeside MTXE to a 25-5 record last season, pacing the team with nearly 2 aces per game and 3 blocks per game, along with the second-best 9.8 kills per game. Judd also tied the school's record for most kills in a single game, with 21 kills versus Mount St. Mary's Academy. The entire Southern Miss women's golf team is loaded up and ready to tee off against the ULM Invitational yesterday morning at Bayou Desert County Country Club. The 2-day event will start with an 8:30 a.m. shotgun start, with the second round following in the afternoon. The final round started at 8:30 a.m. this morning. For more information on USM sports, visit southernmiss.com. For weather today, there's a high of 84 and a low of 67. It's mostly cloudy with a 40% chance of rain tonight around 8 p.m. Wind is expected all day today. Don't let the rain and clouds fool you. It is supposed to be sunny for the rest of the week. Up next, we have the Mississippi Moments, brought to you by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. Many longtime Hattiesburg residents have fond memories of the Frost Top restaurant on Hardy Street. Robert St. John recalls all the times he ate there growing up and what made the Frost Top so special.
Ed and Dick Ward bought the Frost Top franchise, and I think about the mid to late 50s. Brought it here in town. It was a lot of tile. It was real shiny. It was real clean. And my first memories of the Frost Top were after kindergarten. I went to kindergarten at the Presbyterian Church downtown. Every day we would get to eat at the Frost Top. And it is the precursor to Ward's. So if you eat at Ward's, basically that is what Frost Top was back then. Chili cheeseburgers, chili cheese dogs. They made root beer. I remember Mr. Ward told me how many pounds of sugar that they used to make the root beer. I want to say it had a 25-pound sack of sugar in every batch or something like that. It was crazy. But Frost Top was great. It was the place. The Hardy Street Cinema was right across the street, so whether we were getting out of kindergarten or getting out of a movie, the Frost Top was always there. Even in high school, sometimes we would kind of leave early and have lunch at the Frost Top.
To hear more, visit MississippiMoments.org or just like us on Facebook. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
That was the Mississippi Moment for today. Coming up after a word from our sponsors, we will have the pleasure of hearing from Allison Neville about Live at 5.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Research shows that audiences feel positively about businesses that underwrite programming on their community radio station. Research also shows that the audiences are likely to patronize businesses that support community radio programming. The audience also believes that businesses that support community radio care about their community. If you want to build this type of relationship with WUSM's audience, call us at 601-266-4287 to ask about sponsoring programming. It's more than just exposure, it's building a community relationship.
Now let's please give a warm golden eagle welcome to Allison Neville. Hey Allison, so nice to have you joining here today.
Thank you for having me.
So what is Live at 5?
Live at 5 is a free, family-friendly outdoor concert series that we hold in downtown Hattiesburg, and it happens in the spring and in the fall. We have a summer series too. I can tell you a little bit more about that too. But yep, we kick off this Friday for 6 weeks in a row, and it's one of those events that lets the community know that spring is springing.
So how long has this been a part of the Hattiesburg community?
This will be the 16th year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you said it'll be this Friday. So what time is it kicking off?
Just like it sounds like, and it's a fair question. We get it a lot. Live at 5 does begin at 5.
All right.
But you can come whenever you're ready.
And it's so it's an outdoor concert festival. Where is it located?
We hold this event at Town Square Park, which is going to be right at the corner of Main Street and Bushman Street downtown. And it's a very utilized park at this point. That's where the weekly farmers markets take place and a slew of other events throughout the year.
So how do you serve in the Hattiesburg community? What is your position on Live at 5?
So Live at 5, I'm just the production manager. My husband and I and a really awesome group of volunteers, we put the shows and schedule together and coordinate the sponsorships. And then my job that pays me, I work for the Downtown Hattiesburg Association, where I serve as the events and promotions coordinator.
So you see all the events that come through Hattiesburg?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Not all of them are ones that I directly plan, but in my downtown role, we definitely co-coordinate and promote other people's events, and there are a lot of great people holding great events.
I'm sure being production manager and working with the Hattiesburg Downtown Association, it makes it really easy for you to be yeah, this is what we're doing.
It is helpful, right? It's natural to just kind of work on a lot of the events, and it's fun. We get to collaborate with a lot of different groups and musicians and do a lot of community outreach, so that's really fun.
So you mentioned that there are volunteers that work with Live at 5. What are some of those positions that you need volunteers for?
We always need helping hands with just basic event things that you would think of, event setup and breakdown, and sometimes it's just really simple stuff like helping us keep an eye on the garbage cans or moving a barricade, or I have a great group that helps us with our beverage sales, and we sell T-shirts, and we have an info booth to let the community know, our attendees know, just directions for what they may be looking for, or to assist our vendors, first aid station, things of that nature.
So is this a big kind of concert festival style thing, or is it just kind of a group get together?
That's funny you brought up Festival South, because they're a separate entity, and they host a month-long, slew of events in the month of June, and they do some sporadic events on the calendar. So we're really proud to collaborate with them on 2 of our summer events. And so Festival South is a sponsor of Live at 5, and they host 2 concerts jointly with us in the summer that we're really excited about. Those are going to take place on June 7th. And June 21st, we'll be pumping out more information about those soon. But we also have a summer event that's a collaboration with Southern Miss, with Golden Eagle Welcome Week.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what are some of the artists that are featured with Live at 5?
I can actually run down the entire spring schedule if you would like for me to do that briefly. We're going to kick off with Tommy T-Bone Pruitt. He's a local blues artist who has really, since the beginning of Live at 5 in 2008, he's really been a wonderful ambassador. Every year we ask him to kick off the spring and fall seasons. So he'll be with us Friday night. And if you haven't heard him, I encourage you to get out and hear him. I mean, he is so great. So next week on the 12th, we'll have the Pontchartrain Rex. They're going to come in from New Orleans. That show's going to be presented by Jones. April 19th, our friends at William Carey, their rock ensemble Thomas Hall will play for us. April 26th, we have Jacob Arnold and the Bird Dogs, fun little alt country trio. On May 3rd, we'll have Mississippi Shakedown, and we will wrap up the season. We'll wrap up the season on May 10th with The Crutches, and that show is going to be presented by Visit Hattiesburg as part of National Tourism Week.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you pump out information. Where is the information released?
So you can follow our social media handles on Facebook and Instagram. Both of those are live at 5Hberg, live at 5 spelled out. And then both of those have links to our website, which is liveat5hberg.com. That full lineup is there. Our sponsors are acknowledged, and we also have links there so that if anyone is interested in being a volunteer for the series, that message will come to me and I can plug in any kind of organization or individuals with volunteer opportunities. We've closed up our sponsorship opportunity for the spring, but if any businesses or entities see what they like and they'd like to come on as a sponsor for our upcoming summer collaborations or the fall series, they'll be able to do that too.
So you mentioned that you work for two different organizations with Hattiesburg. You work at Life with Five and then just the Downtown Hattiesburg Association. So how long have you been serving Hattiesburg?
I moved here as a student in 1999 to attend USM. And I studied history and English and really thought I would be someone who would be a history book editor, right? But I worked in food and beverage back at Purple Parrot and fell in love with hosting and events. And I really have done professional event planning since I was about 23. And I've had, various other positions, and I've worked in New Orleans. Even when I worked there, I still had a place here because ever since I've lived here, Hattiesburg has really been home. And these large-scale community events are kind of my passion. I've worked with Live at 5 I didn't start Live at 5. It began in 2008, and I cannot remember when I started working with Live at 5, but for quite some time. And then I fully took over before the pandemic hit. But I've worked on these large-scale community events for a long time now, and they're really my passion because we have a lot of things in this town that are exclusive or they require a membership or they cost too much. This is a free event. It's for all ages. It's inclusive. We need more of that. Yes, we do have art and food and beverages available for purchase, but we allow people to bring what they need and do it on their own and totally attend a free event. And I think that's super important.
It definitely creates that community element that Hattiesburg is kind of leaving. But so you had mentioned that the event is aimed for family friendly. Well, how long is the event? I know it starts at 5. How long does the event typically last for?
We kick off at 5, and we generally wrap music around 8:30. Of course, that sometimes that can vary if we're just having a good old time. Maybe we go a little bit later, but I will tell you that in the hour and a half that it takes us to break down the event, people still will congregate with their friends and family in the park and continue to hang out after we have packed up and hit the road. So, I have a lot of people say, well, I don't get off till 5. I can't get there at 5. Fine. Come at 6:30. Come at 7. Come enjoy what you can.
So what volunteers are you looking for in specifics? If you have any positions that you need, like what are something that you have open?
We will never turn down help. We can use helping hands with barricades, checking garbage, helping our sponsors, just being a friendly face at our info booth. We won't turn down any help at all. And we have opportunities for kids too. So
what are some of the events that are included with it? I know you mentioned that there's straight music and there's t-shirts and some food and some art. So is there any events like yard games or those sort of things that y'all have featured with it?
Yes, we actually have a vendor. They're new on the scene, and if you pop in, you'll learn a little bit more about them. But we have a mobile gaming truck that will be there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's really fun. And I saw that Southern Beverage is one of your advertisers. They provide they're a sponsor of the event and provide the beer truck so that people of age can purchase.
We love Southern Beverages.
Yeah,
Southern Beverages and Mississippi Beverages.
Yeah, and they're really fun. They bring out some yard games and cornhole for us, and Hattiesburg Parks and Recreation. They offer, and this is more for the little kids, but you know what? It's for the young at heart because people our age can totally sit down and do a cool drawing or a craft, and they're so great to bring things for art lovers of all ages. Hattiesburg Arts Council brings activities too. So there's a lot of interactive stuff to do besides the park just being nice in general and giving a safe place for, activity. But yeah, we bring in food trucks and art vendors, and Coca-Cola provides with their sponsorship beverages, and we also have some lemonade and just all kinds of interesting things to discover.
You mentioned that there's always a feature artist. Is there multiple artists that play throughout the event each time, or is it typically just one artist?
Typically, it's just one. So one of our Festival South shows that we do over the summer, it is going to be a bit of a variety show. And so for that one on June 7th, you'll see a variety of people coming on and off the stage for that one. But typically our format is just, one artist or one band for the duration of the evening. And I know that we'll be close to announcing those musicians and stuff for the summer, and I'm just putting the final touches on getting everybody booked for the fall. I'm not quite there yet, but
almost there.
Definitely so close
look
we can
forward
taste
to.
it. A lot of the times I'm waiting to see what the Southern Miss football schedule is going to be.
Oh, yes.
Right, and so sometimes Seymour can stop by, and
We love Seymour.
occasionally we have a homecoming court run by, so we'll see.
Oh, that's
We would love to see
fun.
some of that this year.
So you mentioned that there's food trucks. Do you have any specific vendors that that go?
Oh, yeah, there's several. And look, I could never sit there and name them all because we have over 50 vendors that rotate in and
wow.
out with the different 6 events. This is a busy time for Hattiesburg, so I have some who don't
I
make
know
every
Hattiesburg
show.
is always like, whenever I first was looking at going to Southern, they were all like, yeah, Hattiesburg is like the hub of food. There's so much music and all that. And it's so nice to see, like talk to it.
Yeah, there's a huge variety. I mean, if I were just attending the show and not working it, I would try to get a snack at 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30 because there's a good variety. But our friends from Smokin' Charlie will be there doing barbecue, the 5,000 food truck. We have cold treat vendors too. Rosie's Ice Cream comes. Cassie's Concessions, which she does some of the best Italian ice you'll put in your mouth. Nellie's food truck, they're such a staple of downtown. Like I said, I could not even name them all, but I mean, we have everything from just really everything you can think of. You can get tacos, you can get a shish kebab, you can get an Underdog's, a basic plain old hot dog to one so heavy with ingredients you have to carry it with 2 hands.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That seems so cool. And it is free, so definitely go out. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
And it's downtown Hattiesburg. It's a great way to get into the community. Well, thank you so much for coming to talk today and giving us an inside look at Live at 5.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And we hope to see y'all this Friday for the kickoff. It's going to be great.
Yes. Coming up next, we have a news wrap.
Basketball intramurals take storm at the Payne. Many students sign up to play this interesting sport.
It just made me happy because I can do the sport that I love with friends that I love.
By her loving the sport, the worker seems to be engaged with the crowd.
All the crowd atmosphere is really, it's fun. It livens up the gym. I like it the most when all 4 courts are getting played on. There's people watching every game. There's fans running from one court to the next court to watch the next game when they hear something loud happening. So it really brings a lot of people from the university to the Payne Center.
Intramurals bring unity to the students. Worker Catherine Price explains more.
Yes, I think every intramural sport that the university provides is very inclusive. We hit every sport within every season, and all around it's a lot of fun.
Basketball is very popular sports right now, but if you are interested to try any more sports and intramurals, go to the Payne Center and go to the desk and get more information. I'm Maya Evans from Hub City, Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Thank you so much for tuning into Southern Miss Today here on Southern Miss Radio. A big thank you to the wonderful crew who keeps this program running. Our audio engineer, Darius Mickerman, Alina Pitletsky, our live stream producer, Annalie Johnson, our producer, Oware Ade, the executive producer, the program director, Shania Williams, our GM, Dr. Wilbur Martin, and me, your host, Emily Blue. That wraps it up for today. Remember, soar high to the sky, fly, eagle, fly.